What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Nick 4K video. I'm still a little sick. I'm almost done with it, I swear. Next video I should be good to go, hopefully. And I woke up to some pretty interesting news that Halo is coming back. Are we bringing Halo back? Are we making Halo great again? I don't know. We'll see. So there seems to be a lot of big things happening with the Halo franchise. And after the show got canceled, and that was a really rough show. I didn't mind it for certain things. Certain things were pretty cool, but yeah, it was a pretty bad show overall. And of course, with Halo 4 not necessarily being great, I think it's better than it used to be when it first came out, but it doesn't compare to the first three. And of course, Halo 5 and that one's issues, although I did kind of like the multiplayer in that one. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. And Halo Infinite, for although it had a lot of really good things about it, overall it was not nearly as good as it could have been. But in the end of the day, the people responsible for why the games are the way they are is because of 343 Industries. Now, if you are a big Halo fan, or maybe you've never even heard of them, they're a little controversial. I shouldn't say little, a lot controversial when it comes to the Halo community. So we're going to check out this new trailer dropped from Halo Studios, which is the new name for 343 Industries. They're rebranding. Gonna guess they're going to try to, make this whole thing, fix some stuff. Not necessarily a band-aid, more like just rip the band-aid off and just get a new patient altogether. I don't know how they're going to do this. Let's check it out. And then we have a video from Mint Blitz, who's going to be covering a little more deeper into the whole thing. So let's check out the first video here.
Chris Matthews, take one. Mark.
This is Casey Wu, take one. Mark.
Starting the Vidocs back up.
I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
For 6 years, I don't want to be in front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun to be had when you play Halo that I feel like I never run out of things to do.
I love intricate stories that take place across lots of different worlds, have lots of different meaningful characters.
What made Halo successful at the beginning? What is the legacy of Halo, and what's the soul that we want to bring forward, and what's the craft of making Halo games, and how do we set our studio at best to go deliver on that?
We knew we had to make a change in order to take us into the future.
When I first heard about Halo moving to Unreal Engine, my first thought was, this is going to be a really hard secret to
It's
keep.
about time.
I think fans
It's about
are going
time
to be excited about the future of Halo because of the possibilities that are afforded us by using Unreal.
Before, we really had to split our focus in thinking about building an engine, supporting it, being really kind of a tech company and a studio at the same time. Since we've made the change to shift to UE, we can bring Halo forward in ways that people have never seen before while still being true to what Halo is.
The Foundry project was an effort to show ourselves how far we can push things using Unreal 5.
New studio art director, Chris, came to me and said, hey, I have this crazy idea.
He said, hey, there's this thing called Project Foundry that I want to do. Let's make it happen.
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born. It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
It looks good. It does look good.
The original Halo franchise was a graphics showcase. It was best in class. That's what Halo was when it first.
Okay, before we get too deep into this, I wanna kind of cover why it's such a big deal that Halo is moving to Unreal 5. So Unreal 5, for those of you who might not know, aren't very tech savvy when it comes to that, is like the new, I shouldn't say new, but it is a very fast, powerful game engine. And the majority of games that are going to be coming out in the next couple of years are going to be using it. And it has the ability to do a lot of cool things that other engines just can't. And not only can it do really cool things, it can do them very easily. So it's very easy to learn compared to other engines. Now, the biggest issue with Halo Infinite was that it was kind of held together with tape. Glue and tape, I guess you could say. And that glue and tape was called the Slipspace engine. Now, the Slipspace engine was a engine that people knew how to use when they were first developing the game, but as time went on, Microsoft and 343, they relied more on external people, or these different contractors that they bring in to work on the Slipspace engine, and none of them really were able to make it work. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Halo Infinite I don't think was nearly as bad as people like to say. I thought the campaign was pretty fun, but the world, while it did feel big and lush, it did feel a little empty, and they could have definitely expanded upon that, especially with like their first reveal trailer they did. They showed like animals running around, and then you get to the game and there were no animals running around. And part of the reason for that is that this slipspace engine can't do that right. Or it could, but the people who knew how to do that left the company. So then they just got left with this engine that no one knew how to use. And by the time someone learned it, their contract was up, and so they'd leave, and then someone new would come in. It was just super messy, and I think because a lot of people view Halo 4, Halo 5, and Halo Infinite as kind of like 3 strikes, you're out. This is a rebrand, and I think it's smart. I think it's smart to rebrand. They've been making promises that this next Halo is going to be a big deal. Moving to UE5, for me anyways, that is a massive deal. That's going to make their job a lot easier, and therefore the game should be better, right? You think so? UE5 changed, that's great. They changed their names from 343 Industries to Halo Studios. It's a rebrand. It's the same thing that Comcast did with Xfinity, because Comcast had so much hate that they changed their name to Xfinity, and now like they don't necessarily get as much hate as they used to, but it's one of those things where it was a rebrand for the better for them, and hopefully this is the same situation, but I guess we'll see.
It was released, and that's what Halo needs to be again.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
So once Project Foundry had been approved, we took the entire creative team and we ideated on 3 locations, something old, something new, and something really alien.
We had the Pacific Northwest, which is sort of traditional Halo biome.
We were trying to shove
as
much foliage in there as humanly possible to make it really feel like you're on a hike in the, Cascades.
The Cold Lands, which was the second biome that we took on, it was more of a technical showcase where we could play with shaders, we could play with deformable landscapes and terrains. Unreal affords us more opportunity than we've ever had in the past.
On the surface, it might just look all like snow, but how many layers of things combine to really give that winter look?
And then our third biome was the Blightlands, which is any land that's been completely taken over by the flood.
I wanted to give our team the opportunity to really express an alien world, a really alien world, taking something way further than they may have actually done in previous Halo games.
What's impressed me about watching the Halo team work in Unreal is how beautiful everything looks, how incredible the environments look. I don't think we've seen anything quite like it in Unreal Engine before.
Fortunately, we have a studio that's really passionate about Halo, about the look and the feel, and I think there's a lot of hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative that touched on every part of the creative process, everything from concept art, VFX, characters, vehicles, and weapons to make the future games of Halo.
Creating an asset, taking this design, now we can really dig into material foundations.
That does look good.
What is it actually made of? How is it
look good.
physically accurate to the world? Now we get to take all the wonderful legacy assets that we have, bring them to life, and bring them to today's standards.
We are really excited to be not just working on multiple projects, but also expanding our studio.
As a lifelong Halo player, I think the game's only going to get better when we get those new, unique perspectives and people bring in their expertise and passion for the Halo franchise.
We are looking for new talent as the projects that we're working on kind of get further and further into their development cycles.
And it is great to be part of a team that's growing because you can kind of see that force multiplied as people come in and take on challenges and you can do more.
Imagine a place where you have the commitment that this is what we want to do, Halo games, and create those experiences. And you can express your talent, your creativity, and your professional ambitions in that place.
We're looking for designers, we're looking for artists, we're looking for engineers.
It feels like a new beginning for the studio in a lot of ways, and I think that's pretty rare.
And I think we arrived now at a point where you see the beginnings of people to start to believe in the process.
Yeah, that's very important. I'm glad they made this video. I had heard that there was rumors that they're actually remaking Halo Combat Evolved altogether. Not necessarily like a HD remaster like we had with the Anniversary Collection, but an actual full-out remake of the original game to kind of be like on modern tech for modern consoles, including the PlayStation 5. That's what I heard. It could just be a rumor, but that would be, pretty sick. It would definitely be a very smart way to get Sony fans who maybe never played a Halo into the universe. That'd be cool.
There's so much momentum that we have right now, and focus and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building and kind of this next phase of Halo.
The worlds that we're building, the stories that we're going after.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Halo Infinite was the last remnants of how we made Halo games in the past. That was our recipe. And what we're doing right now, we're changing that recipe.
Good. Yes. I've said for a long time, I'm sure the entire Halo community has said for a long time, 343 needed to go. And this is a good sign. This could all just be a smokescreen, but I think they're actually going to start taking their job serious at this point. And that's great. It's good to see. I think they kind of say that every time, right? But this definitely feels like it is truly different. So I hope they do it, because I love Halo. I've been a Halo fan for years. I would love to have that same magic that Halo 3 had again, because I liked Reach, I liked ODST, I even liked 4, 5, and Infinite for certain aspects of them, but nothing has been able to really meet that magic of Halo 3 and a little bit of Reach. Reach also had magic, but not nearly as much as Halo 3 did, for me anyways. So this is good to see. Now let's jump over to Mint Split's video. He's going to go a little deeper into this, see what he has to say.
Halo might actually be saved. I cannot believe I'm saying that, as we knew there was going to be a Halo announcement today, but I don't think any of us were expecting what we were about to see. 343 Industries is dead. Pierre Hintz, the studio head, realized there was failings with the old studio, and he has rebranded the entire thing to Halo Studios. And I think that would indicate multiple Halo studios are all going to be collaborating, as I'm also happy to report multiple Halo projects are in development. That's right, we are back. Everything we have been asking for on the channel for the past 2 years is happening. And let me tell you, that isn't even the biggest news of today. Halo is now on the Unreal Engine. We have speculated about this for a very long time. And it's so weird because I can't say 343 anymore. Halo Studios just unveiled it. It looks amazing. It really, really does. Halo Studios are working on a project called Project Foundry, and it's basically a project where they create assets and get a handle on the Unreal Engine. What you're watching on screen is the first footage we've seen from them of Unreal Engine 5 Halo. Now what you're going to see on screen is everything they're showing is the Mark V Chief. It's the Halo Infinite Elites, which are very reminiscent of Combat Evolved. We are 100% getting a Halo 1 remake. Like seriously, I would bet my bottom dollar on it. There is so much good.
That's what I said.
Hints and this video showed off. I am actually speechless. I actually don't know what to say. I'm in shock. It has been such a long time since we've had some real hope for the franchise. Pierre Hintz said, look, 343 Industries, Halo on the old engine, they are all failings of the old leadership. That is not how I'm running the company. I want this to be a new, invigorated Halo. We have multiple Halo projects coming, and this is your first look on Halo in the Unreal Engine. And as I said, it looks beautiful. The high quality detail the devs have been cooking, it just looks awesome. I'm honestly not surprised they're dropping the name 343 Industries either. There was so much negativity attached to that name, and since the studio has been rebuilt from the ground up, different leadership, so many of the old devs got fired, and the studio has been rebuilding itself, hiring brand new staff, it almost is like a new studio, because there is that many different people working there now. This raises multiple questions. When are we going to hear about the future Halo projects? Sketch over at Halo Studios, again, very weird to say, says it'll be ready when it's ready. That is what we love to hear. No more releasing games that aren't ready. No more pushing out products that need more time in the oven. I pray they have learnt their lesson, and I hope with the rebranding of the studio, it's like a clean slate and they release banger after banger Halo Halo projects. Now, Halo Studios' Pierre Hintz, the studio head, actually said that they've been working on this for 2 years. So when we say Halo Infinite has had content carried by the Forgers, I guess this is what they've been working on in the meantime. Everyone's been asking, Remy, 343 hasn't released all that much Halo Infinite related. Surely with all those hundreds of developers, they're working on something. And even the community manager Sketch, he said, look, we're working on the future Halo projects at the moment. And even you guys, when you have visited 343 and you've gone to the museum there, many developers have come down and chatted to you guys, and even they've said they're working on the new Halo thing, which again makes me think, what are the Halo projects? One is definitely the Halo Combat Evolved remake, but two, what about multiplayer? Is there going to be a big standalone multiplayer in the Unreal Engine? Is Halo Studios going to use the old engine in Unreal, or are they going to completely build it from the ground up? How is Halo going to feel in the Unreal Engine? Can they mimic that classic Halo feel? The visuals might be great, but how is it going to play? I'm so happy with the reveal today, but there are so many questions that need to be asked. When are we going to get answers? I have no idea. But if we're looking at the positives, at long last, we have something to be excited about Halo related. And isn't that a good thing? So guys, let me know what you think of Halo in the Unreal Engine. Let me know what you think of 343 rebranding themselves to Halo Studios. And let me know what you think of the future of Halo. I'm going to spend the day today and collect my thoughts properly and put out a longer video tomorrow about this topic, but they're my initial thoughts upon seeing the reveal. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys later.
I'll have to check out that bigger video when he does one, but yeah guys, this is good. I'm excited for Halo again. I am. I lost faith for a while. Alright, I'm gonna put a hot take out there right now. And this might be blasphemy for a lot of Halo fans. But I have been a Halo fan since Halo 2. I think that's when I first started. It would have been near the end of Halo 2, beginning Halo 3 when I got a 360. I picked up Halo 2, and I was playing on the 360 for a while until Halo 3 came out. So I have been a fan for a long time, not since the beginning, but for a long time. And if I can just have Halo 1 with graphics like this, and I can sprint, that's all I want. You don't have to change anything else about Halo 1. Just make the graphics like this, and let me sprint, and I'll be happy. But how do you feel about this? Are you excited about this? Are you not excited about this? Are you a Sony fan who's ready to take the jump into Halo? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn notifications for more. If you want to see more like this, make sure to click the links over here. I have them on the video, so just click some stuff and you'll see my other videos. But thanks again for watching. I'll catch you later. Peace.